let's get physical. Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We're in the third week of July, the 18th until the 22nd, and yeah, I am still on holiday, so please excuse the environment right now and the noise. Maybe you can hear the cicadas. It's very noisy. Live alive, live a live, live alive, live a live. Which one is it? This is a question that does not matter. What matters is that you buy this game. This is how to do a remake of an obscure classic game. Live Alive was originally a Super Famicom JRPG that never saw a Western release. It was considered good for the time aside from two things, the graphics and the longevity. Well, they completely remade the art in wonderful HD 2D, and these days, you know, there's too much entertainment out there vying for our attention. A shortish JRPG isn't the worst thing to happen. Suikoden 1 is only 15 hours and yet it's one of my favorite games of all time. This has a unique flow of having lots of different smaller stories set in different time eras, each with a small little gimmick before coming together in the end. It looks great, it sounds great, probably smells great, just assuming. Probably doesn't taste great, you know, those bitter cartridges, but regardless, that's fine. This is one of my most anticipated titles this year, and I look massively forward to having zero time to play it. Can't wait to shove it straight into the backlog. Good times! And our executive producers Dane Wilkinson, Jonathan Rumor, Thorn Metaluna, Isa, Jennifer M, God of Resin, Alexander Cato, Vey, Parsnip Coffee, and Santa Tartaruga have chosen this as their pick of the week. Endling Extinction is Forever is releasing this week. Can I say that I highly approve of the resurgence of games starring foxes? I think there are about like 28 on the Switch alone. Although my personal favorite animal is a hedgehog. It's my spirit animal, and I hope that some developers out there can make a game starring a hedgehog. Preferably one that hasn't caught some tropical disease and turned blue. Put that little fella down. This is a side-scrolling adventure game where you play through the eyes of a fox escaping mad farmers, forest fires, and so on. Looks like it's going to be one for the feels for animal lovers out there. And our executive producers Precision Plague and Viz have chosen this as their pick of the week. Zorro the Chronicles is releasing in Europe this week, I think, if it's not out already. I don't really know. This is one of those where the release date has been like floating around all over the place and generally being more of a pain in my backside than my actual piles. But I think my piles might actually be more entertaining than this. Here you play as the masked Zorro, and it plays a bit like Assassin's Creed or perhaps like the Arkham games, the Batman games, taking down enemies preferably with stealth. Actually, it looks rather inoffensive, but seriously, if I live streamed on one camera Zorro the Chronicles and on the other my piles, I know which one you'd watch. Alright, the Low Prince, Aerial Knights Never Yield is Super Rare's latest Nintendo Switch release. After a rather high profile game last time around, I have to say this is a bit of a disappointment. I genuinely can't be doing with side-scrolling auto runners. 10 years ago, maybe, on my phone. Now I just don't care for the gameplay genre. I need something with a bit more meat on it, no matter how cinematic they may have made it. And don't get me wrong, this is just my personal opinion, I just don't like the genre. Maybe it's fine for you out there, but not for me. 4,000 copies available for order on Thursday. Limited Run's distribution title coming for pre-order on Tuesday is Gunbrick. They'll be shitting a brick once they find out how bad their distribution titles sell. Maybe they'll break 1,000, maybe. This is a rolling platformer where you as a cube clunk around rolling, shooting and solving platforming puzzles. Looks like a fairly solid time if you enjoy this sort of thing. The reviews on Steam seem fairly positive, so go for it if you want to be mildly entertained for 5 hours. Espgaluda 2 is their second game this week, and no doubt it's going to be one of their more popular titles. I know Mushihime-sama did quite well for them, and this is regarded just as highly in shmup circles, maybe even more. This is a vertical bullet hell shmup from the masters at Cave, so you know what you're going to get. You can get standard edition or two different collector's editions, one that comes with a Steam Box, while there's a more expensive one which also comes with a soundtrack and a poster. And our executive producer Instacritic has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you use those links, it also supports this series ever so much. You guys are wonderful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart as always. Plus, in return, if you click our links, you can get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use our new PlayAsia discount code STEAMBOK. Yeah, love a good Steambok, but just remember to click our link first. That is how to really support us. And by the way, until August the 14th, PlayAsia have lowered the threshold for free shipping. Yes, for a full month, you only need to pay $50 to get that sweet free shipping. Perfect, love it, make the most of it. River City Saga 3 Kingdoms is a game I'm massively excited about. Kunio-kun, yes. 3 Kingdoms, fucking hell yes. Why has this not been done before? This is like, of course. As Guan Yu, alongside his bros Liu Bei and Zhang Fei, you take on the 3 Kingdoms storyline. This looks absolutely epic, and I love the thought of being able to beat the living crap out of some of the shit eaters during that period. I really hope Yuan Shu is in there. What a prick. Actually, I should be reviewing this and obviously can't give you my opinion just yet, but, you know, I can't say I'm exactly pleased with how they're portraying Lu Bu. I mean, just look at him. Or her. I mean, this is the worst thing that's happened since Koei took away Zhang He's claws. I'm only joking. This is going to be incredible. 24 playable characters. I swear to God, if Liao Hua is not in there, I'm writing. I'm heading straight to Hong Kong or Korea, wherever Arc System Works are. They are not safe. They will not be safe. Liao Hua, he needs to be in here. Up to 4 players can play together, even has online. There's no physical release announced for the West, but the 2 Asian physical releases do have English, the Chinese cover version and the English cover version. There is a Japanese release, but that does not have English as far as I'm aware, unless they updated the Japanese version without me knowing, I don't know. The links below are to the ones that you'll want, trust me. See you later for my review. And our executive producers, Cartoon Sora and Robotech, Brent McLean, JCross7776 and Boombox have chosen this as their pick of the week. There's also a couple of other releases in Japan this week which don't have English, sadly. Nobunaga's Ambition, Rebirth, and Shinigami to Shoujo, whatever that is. I don't really know. And finally, a couple of import announcements, not releasing this week, but if you want to get your pre-orders in, go for it, make the most of that free shipping, and I tell you what, if you love shmups, there's some great announcements right now. Ray's Arcade Chronology is a long way off, it's coming next year in fact, but M2 like to announce pre-orders mega early. This is a collection of fine shooters, and I think it's the one I'm most excited about since their ESP Rade release. This contains Ray Force, Ray Storm, plus a HD remaster of that game, Ray Crisis, and a HD remaster of that game too. So 3 unique shmups plus 2 HD remasters, and we know M2, they always go to town with these kind of releases, so don't expect the bare minimum. This will be a good package. There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition which includes a Blu-ray disc, 2 CD disc set, art book, strategy guide book, and some arcade cards and leaflet stuff. Obviously, it is doubtful it will have English and probably won't come westwards anytime soon, so yes, see you in March 2023. Cotton 16-bit Tribute is a package you won't have to wait long for, and just as I prophesized, Japan is getting a double pack of Cotton 100% and Panorama Cotton. You may remember Strictly Limited Games sold these individually quite a while back, and I did kind of want them as a curiosity, but I held off, and I've been rewarded with this Japanese double pack which has a standard edition for a reasonable price as well as a limited edition which includes a handkerchief, postcard, and soundtrack. We don't know if it has English, but in games would have to be proper grade A knobsticks if they took it out. Not that it matters too much for 2 average but charming shooters though, yeah? I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. Soul Cresta Dramatic Edition is getting a Japanese release in November. This is being published under Limited Run's new Japanese publishing partner. Yeah, they've teamed up with 84, however you pronounce their name, and they've created a new publishing arm in Japan, and this is their first title. And it's also $15 cheaper than Limited Run's version. Don't know how that works. Anyways, this partnership could be a good thing or a bad thing for the future of imports. We'll have to see. It is a good start though, because this is a lot cheaper than Limited Run and it's a lot more accessible. So yeah, it's a good start. And yeah, you're technically giving your money to Limited Run, but you know, yeah, I don't see any problem with this personally. I was really worried when they first announced Super Deluxe Games, whatever it's called. But yeah, good, decent start so far. We'll have to see where it goes from now on though. Alright, the community spotlight Starby got in this bunch of games. They got in Mayhem Brawler from Red Art Games, which I have to be honest, I kind of forgot about. I think that was during the time when they had like almost one game every week up for pre-order. Juxalb sent in this photo of a bunch of really nice imports. Everyone's Spelunker is a decent alternative if you missed out on Strictly Limited's release. It does have English and is more available. Not the most essential import ever, but you know, it's one that people forget about. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo showing off the collector's edition of Overlord. I actually thought this would be quite a huge import, but actually not that many of you bought it, at least according to our analytics on Play Asia. It is a good game, really nice Metroidvania style game that I would love that soundtrack for. Executive producer Punky Dooster did what he does best, showing us inside a card case a bunch of limited run releases, including distribution efforts like Snow Bros and Strife. They finally got those out. Psych Villain, thank you ever so much for the double donation, very much appreciated, really, so much. They got in these games. Ultra Age was supposed to be getting a European physical, but I really have no idea what's happening. It seems to be like keep getting pushed back, or is it cancelled? I don't know, I need to have a look at that. Executive producer Grantzer sent in Strictly Limited's version of Pocky and Rocky, the censored version. Still a great game regardless of the boobs or not. I'm sure you saw it behind me during the main portion of this video. Executive producer Vei, our man in Japan, sent in this picture with Klonoa, the Japanese version. North Americans, don't miss out on this. A beautiful pack of 2 fun games. Chris Dallas showed us his Destroy Doom cartridge alongside the new printed cart with the update that doesn't require online. That's some fine mangling right there. Executive producer God of Resin sent in these games. Ours collection includes 2 really nice retro style games. One is a Metroidvania, one is a bit more of a linear title, but both very good indeed, underrated games. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this bunch of games showing off Indigo 7, very obscure import exclusive that does have English. It's a puzzle game with a story mode, and I can see why no one really imported it, but you know, it's not that bad. Tabitha picked up the most obscure import exclusive visual novel with Daedalus. Yes, this is not easy to get a hold of for a reasonable price. This Hong Kong version, and I believe the Korean version, have English, but the Japanese release does not. Fairy of Derry showed off Calico, a really bizarre and surreal game about cats. Really, you just need to watch the trailer for it. The cover art doesn't do it justice at all. It just looks ugly, if I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I'm shallow. Choco Loco James sent in this game, Overlord the Standard Edition. If you want to know more info about it, you should watch my review. I went in not knowing anything about the anime and thankfully didn't really need to. It's a good game regardless. Lord Vapor got in Trigger Witch, probably from the recent restocks. According to my limited statistics, Trigger Witch was the 5th most popular restock. I was shocked to see Ghostblade HD being the most popular one. Thanks to everyone who supported us with those links. A lot of you out there did, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you. Kayla sent in this photo, getting in some rather chill games. I definitely need to grab Grow at some point. This went under the radar for sure, but it looks like my kind of game. But I need to chill out a bit, and I really do need to chill out a bit at times. Alright, let's have a roundup. McLaren, Peter Clark, Min Q, Needless Dragon, Mickey McFlynn, Park Ranger, Bura Murian, Lunafire, Nintendo Gamegal, Godzilla, Aaron Peterson, Go Hobo Go, William Hutchins, Marcos Blanco, Pabs. Alright, send me pictures on Twitter, so what about game? You can DM me or you can tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. I'm sorry if I missed you this week if you tagged me in a post because I did a giveaway over on there and it was kind of hectic, so yeah. We have an email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and we have a Discord where you can submit your pictures in the submission section. Now, before I go, I do want to give a plug to A Bit More Jordan once again, because this week, probably maybe Wednesday, more likely Thursday, I'm going to have the Alundra video done. I'm guessing it's going to be like an hour and 20 minutes just going through Alundra, telling you what works, what doesn't work, and why I do think it's a masterpiece, perhaps even better than A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. It's a Zelda-like, and it's amazing. It's just really, really good. And I'm going to talk about it for an hour and a half, maybe. So yeah, it's going to be there on Wednesday or Thursday, but it'll be on the Patreon first, my Patreon, if you want to join that. And then it'll be public probably at the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday. So be there, please. I think you'll enjoy it, and mostly, I just want you to learn about Alundra. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J-Cross7776, Elissa, Punky Dudester, Cartoon Soren, Robotech Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Issa, Vey, Mental Traveler, Grant Cert, Viz, Jennifer M, Instacritic, Precision Plague, and Kadacha. Thank you ever so much for your support. Plus you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, then I want you to give me a fox emoji or a hedgehog emoji if there is one. There should be, because if there's not, then, you know, I'm gonna riot again. See you guys on the next video. Take care.